Yo gamers, what is up? It's Gold Demon back with another Zenless video, and to the surprise of nobody, we've got Hugo Vlad's trip marketing, right? The vampire e-boy himself, right? This guy is not a character I would say I'm really excited for, to be honest with you. I think his younger version, at least in the art, looked a lot better. But I mention this because the Zenless team took home another classic Zenless W, and they've already tweeted out, "Dear proxies, we've been paying close attention to all of your feedback and suggestions. Based on the feedback we've collected, we will be adjusting Hugo's character model. The adjusted model will be available in version 1.7. Thank you for your feedback and continued support." Um, yeah, we can't stop winning. True, true. Classic Zenless W. Let's take a look at his little
Apologies for the
Ow. Ow.
intrusion. I'm Hugo. Let's just say I'm something of a collector. Apologies for the intrusion. I'm Hugo.
Bro, they gotta fix the fucking English like audio mixing. The music is always louder than the actual character voice.
Apologies for the intrusion. I'm Hugo. Let's just say I'm something of a collector. Apologies.
Chat, is it just me? Wait. The fuck? Why is there like a Void Hunter symbol on it? Is that fucking Gronk? Why did they? Okay, anyways. I'm not trying to get distracted here from dumb Twitter stuff. But yeah, my dear friend, I'll be back like an avalanche. He quoted from Hugo. "This isn't fair. This is precisely why we must take certain necessary measures." Ha, I was just joking around. A gentleman as powerless as myself would naturally never do anything improper. Wouldn't you agree? I have no idea what he means by this, but okay. Yeah, here's the boy himself. He is Ice Attack. So nobody gives a fuck, and we are immediately skipping him. Yeah. Um, here's the thing. Bro is coming out in a post Miyabi state. And we also already have Ellen. He's got a lot of competition. Now I had a discussion with some of my viewers about duplicate elements beforehand, so on and so on. I'm not gonna specifically bring that up here, but with Hugo in particular, he has some of the worst competition, being the same like element as Miyabi. But I do like how they did make him work with Vaughn, because Vaughn is a stunner and this guy's an attacker, so he's probably gonna want Vaughn on the team, right? They're both ice. They've got lore connections, right? So that is pretty interesting they did that. But for what he's actually gonna do, the only thing we care about damage dealers is how much damage they output, realistically, right? Obviously, how they play has an impact on how they like feel to run around as, right? But the primary thing they do is how good they are as a damage dealer. I just hope he is in line with the other current damage dealers, which means below Miyabi. And that's not because I am like biased for Miyabi. No, it's because if he's not, then we start getting into a power creep issue, right? That's the main thing. If they try to make him better than Miyabi, then we're gonna get into a huge power creep issue. So as long as he's like below Miyabi and like on par with the other ones, it's totally chill, right? It's totally chill. And I know some people are gonna be upset about that particularly, either for or against her, whatever it may be. There's no problem with letting Miyabi be number one until we get like the next Boy Hunter. It's totally fine. Um, I'd rather it be like that because that means they're not power creeping as hard. Um, and that's the number one thing. They're not power creeping as hard. And again, it's totally fine to have a character that's on par with other characters, right? It's only bad when they're drastically worse than the other ones. I was talking about this earlier with a certain Honkai character. We won't talk about her, but yeah, tough element for what he's actually gonna do, right? we'll see when he's out. But at the end of the day, damage dealer, how much damage is he gonna do, right? I will say design wise, as I said, I'm not the biggest fan of him, right? He's like okay, but as I think I said this earlier, I prefer his younger design. He looks kind of like Edward Elric, right? Now he just looks zesty. Yeah, he's got the heterochromic eyes, right? One of them is being red, the other one's gray, so that's pretty cool. Is there anything interesting lore tidbits here? Oh, from Lycan. We're living in the era of disasters that I cannot acknowledge the so-called justice he believes in. Uh, Carving out a malignant tumor forcibly with sharp claws will ultimately leave only a scar named Vengeance. Interesting. New Erdu, anonymous nobleman. We don't really care. Okay. Yeah, so he's a part of the Mockingbird, his new faction, by the way. Um, like we saw with the Stars of Lyra faction, I think they're probably going to be pretty open with the faction passive. Uh, because again, if they had, it's like with the Stars of Lyra, if they kept them locked to each other, then they would have had a severe, um, like reduction in their viability, right? And so we'll see what he does. I would assume he's going to do same type element, and yeah, there's only two of them exactly. Having only two of them does limit their flexibility as well. And so I'm gonna assume he's gonna do same type element and stunner instead of having a faction one. I think they're just not gonna do faction again. Um, I don't know if there's only two Mockingbird members. Uh, I would imagine there's more, but we've only seen two of them, so it's kind of hard to say. And so yeah, I'm expecting uh ice type allies and stunner, or they'll do support and then like ice type allies. I don't think they'll do like stunner or like they'll do stunner and support because that wouldn't really make any sense, right? But we'll I mean we'll see what happens, right? I just don't expect them to do a faction passive because with the Stars of Lyra they've been more open, right? And it also would mean he's got more teams to play with where he's like actually going to be a competitive option, right? So yeah. Not that faction passives are bad. I think they can be good, right? And in some cases they're kind of necessary, like with lighter Miyabi's team, I think, where you have to run another Sons of Caledon member or whatever. Anyways, I could be just misremembering that team specifically, but yeah, I don't know if chat has anything to say over Hugo Vlad. As I said, I'm not the biggest fan of him overall, but good luck on your pools if you are pulling for him, right? If you're interested in him, I will say right now, 1.7 for me is the easiest skip of all time. Uh, yeah, right. 2.0, it's around the corner. We've already got a lot of strong characters. And I'm not sure I need another ice DPS when I literally have both of the other ones, right? So um yeah, I'm not gonna yap as much as I did with the Vivian video because there's a lot less interesting like team play you can do with an attacker, right? Unless they do something special with this kit. Maybe they do. But I don't really think there's too much to really talk about with his, kit here. So yeah. Like, subscribe, check me out, Switch the second to its own in a relevant game. True. Yeah, like, subscribe, check me out on Twitch. See you guys in the next one, whenever that will be. Uh, yeah.